Well, hello there, everybody. I know why you're here. You're here to learn about changing handlebars on a dirt bike, and why you would do it and what it takes to do it. Now, the what it takes to do it is probably not going to interest a whole lot of you guys who've been doing this a long time, but the why you might do it could be pretty interesting, especially with the bars I'm going to put on here. I'm pretty excited about it. So I have been running the Woods High handlebars for a very, very long time from Pro Taper. They're a little taller, they're a little flatter, less sweep and all that stuff. Anyway, I liked them until I had them on this bike for a long time, until I got that Beta over there. Cecilia, that Beta I got, and it had the Beta handlebars on it, and I always run my new bike stock for a little bit so I can report to you guys how it handles, how it feels. And I really like the handlebars. They're a little bit lower, and I just liked them a lot. They were really nice. So I just left them on there, and then I got another set of Beta bars for this bike, and I've really enjoyed them. But my good friend Ben Nicholson from First Track Motorsports just got in a whole bunch of Astra handlebars, and they are supposed to be very different and supposed to be very good for your posture on the bike. Now, I have been working on the posture, or my posture on the bike, a whole lot recently with foundation training I'm doing and my exercising, just trying to get stronger core so I can be more up and over the front of the bike, with the bottoms of my legs being straight down, knees bent. Anyway, the whole thing, and it's kind of hard to hold if you're not in good shape. So I've been working on that, been getting in better shape. And these bars are supposed to help add to that position, help you get in a good position for riding, that will help performance of the motorcycle. Because if you think about it, there's only 4 things touching this bike at any given time, minus your knees or anything like that. But you got your feet here, and those are, you can change foot pegs, back, forward, down, whatever. And then you got your handlebars, you can move them forward and back and all that stuff. So it can be very important in how the bike handles. So I'm excited to try some new handlebars and excited to show you guys how I change handlebars. Now, this thing right here from XC Gear is called the Tool Caddy. This is my old one that's been around the shop for a long time. That's why it's all dirty and beat up and whatever. It is so good for stuff like this because I'm not taking the seat off, I'm not doing anything, and this thing is sturdy. Right? It's not gonna slide around. It's got magnet here, magnets under each side over there, and then it's got these groove things to hold tools. I'll show you how I use that too. It's really cool. Buy one from XC Gear. I don't have an affiliate thing. I'm not trying to make money from that. I just think they're really cool. And I bought another one for the shop because my kids kind of stole this one for home. So, all right, let's get after it. Let's get to it. Also, I will lay these bars next to the other bars so we can see what the actual differences are. All right, so with handlebars, guys, it's funny, I shot a video of me mounting some other bars, or maybe it was Mako 360, and everybody threw a fit because I didn't loosen all this stuff first and take it off, because actually it can be really hard to get this off with the length of cables and stuff like that. So honestly, a lot of times it's easier to loosen this and then slide the bars one way, slide the bars the other way because of the cables and stuff like that. But we'll start with the things we can definitely remove. So get an 8 for the 2 hand guards. We'll get the grips off, get the throttle off. I think that will stretch without loosening them. Anyway, let's get after it. Right here, we are now experiencing why this tool caddy is so awesome. We got tools right there. I'm gonna take our brake, master cylinder off. These are cool because, again, magnets even down here. Guys, when I can, I like to just put bolts back into the holes that they kind of came from, so I don't lose anything. And yeah, I love these G-Rips. Let me show you why. Again, I don't make a penny. You buy some of these, I don't make any money. Unless you buy them directly from me, I do stock them. But, all right, so obviously I run open flags. I don't have full wraps. So I need something to protect the end of this. Now, I could just leave the cap on there, and actually these grips come with a metal end, and it's okay. But if you crash and hit something, it can bang the throttle tube up against the bars and stick your throttle. So these things are so cool. Normal bar ends are flat right here. These are cupped or, you know, grooved out so they go just over. So that means that when you hit something like this or this or this or this, not just straight on, it's more protective, right? Because if it were flat, it could bend the bolt. So these are sweet. These are the 1/4 inch ones. These are my favorites. He makes a longer version, like that goes over further, that moves everything inboard, which I don't love. So I like that the best. So this is not gonna make it because I put it on a different side. I think it usually comes on the left, but that's okay. That's why I do that the other way. I'll slide the bars and move them. So let's get this watch off of here. I just run this watch so I can just have time. I don't have to look at my wrist, especially on the start line of a race. If I know the minutes that everything is starting, I can keep track of it on this and kind of keep an eye on when I think they're actually going to wave the flag. One thing I love about lock-on grips is that I can reuse them. It's no problem at all. Rig. All right, now on this situation with the Enduro, if you got one of these, this makes it a little bit more complicated, I'm not gonna lie, because we've got to, all right, so I definitely don't want to disassemble this whole thing and put it back on. And this piece is a circle, it goes all the way around and just clamps. So, but the way I have mine set up is this should be the tight part on the bars. And then I think if I go, should be able to just loosen that. There we go. So now it's loose. I can slide the whole thing off. Need a 10. We're going to take our Mako 360 apart. All right, so I think we'll try going that way first, get the Enduro off. All right, let's take a look at these versus the new Astras. By the way, if you have not watched the video yet about this bike, you need to. Big things coming. All right, so first of all, these are the Alfredo Gomez signature version, Gemini series. So this is like cool guy bar pad, which I won't be able to use with my Mako, but I'm gonna put it on the wall because it's super rad. So I got the Gemini 38s. They make a 22, I believe, which is even lower. But if you look, already you can see there's a pretty significant difference right in here. These obviously come up quite a bit more. These are flatter as they come across. The width is about the same, it looks like. Let's see, actually, nope, these are definitely a little bit longer, wider, I should say. There we go. So a couple mil, maybe 10 mil wider than the Betas. That'll be nice for manhandling the thing, not as nice if you live back east. So if you live back east, you're gonna have to cut these things down for sure. And then, let's see, the sweep. Let's take a look at this. If we put that straight up and down, these are the Beta, stock Beta bars. See how far they hang off there. Now let's put these straight up and down, and not that different. I'm trying to see if I can really see a difference. I'm looking down there at that end. So that looks, yeah, whatever, maybe an inch by my eye, hanging. That's about the same. So it looks like the sweep is about the same. The width is wider, the height is definitely lower. So all you tall guys out there who are like, oh, I gotta have tall bars. Now, I agree that everybody's different and everybody needs different things. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need as tall of bars as you think you need. They just don't. And it's better to be over the front of the bike, in control of the bike, than it is to be like super duper comfortable. That's where the foundation training comes in, to really build that core strength and teach you how to keep your posture correct so that you can hold that position well, because it's a much more agile position than like kind of sitting duck style, like standing up and feeling good. So yeah, let's put these things on. So, you know, basically I'm not gonna bring you through all of this because it's the same thing, just backwards. Hopefully these knurls are not as big as the beta knurls, because if they are, I've got some grinding to do. All right, guys, as we're getting this thing back together, you can see I've got the right side done. Working on the left side, I got this all on there. Got it where I wanted it. Now, here's the deal, guys. There are marks in here. I can't show them to you with this camera very well, but anyway, there's a 0, a -1, -2, +1, +2. So you can roll forward, that's positive, that's +1 or 2, or -1 or 2. And then there's also lines on that, you know, hash marks that go this way. And that's to help you get this thing lined up side to side. And I highly recommend, when you put new bars on, regardless of your normal tendencies of rolling them forward or back or whatever, put them on the neutral position. Just try them first in the neutral position. So that's 0, and then obviously front, you know, right to left, normal. But that's at the 0. I always end up liking mine better there. That's what the manufacturer's intended. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't roll it forward if you like it rolled forward. But I think you should try it, because that neutral feeling, man, it just, I don't know. It's like, that's how the bar was meant to be. The other thing is, if you are going to move it, I definitely don't recommend going past the 2. They really don't intend it to go that way, because that's what that does, is when you roll it forward or back, you're changing this angle, right? This angle up here, like how this is coming up. So as you roll it forward, that's going to make this come at a weird angle. And if you roll it back, anyway, excuse me, back, you know what I mean? As you change this angle, it changes this angle. And that's okay, that's fine, but I just really recommend trying it neutral. If you don't like it there, then do 1 degree, ride it for like a while. Don't just, 10 minutes and go, I mean, some people can tell that, and if that's you, great, whatever. I mean, if you're that sensitive and you can really tell right away, that's awesome. But for me, it takes me a while to ride and actually feel good. So I'm going to test these bars for a while before I do anything or decide, yay or nay. I'm not 100% sure. Also, guys, I am tapping the end of these bars to install these G-Rip bar ends again, because obviously that's just a threaded deal. I got to put a threaded insert in here. So anyway, I'm going to get this done, and then let's take a look at the way the bike looks with this on here. It's a huge change already. I mean, that's really low. So yeah, here, let me get this done and we'll get right back. I'll finish. All right, guys, there they are, all done, ready to rock and roll. Also got some super sexy new Molecule Motorsport flags on here. I've got the same old hardware, but they sent me new flags. Thank you very much, guys. I actually bought those. They sent the original set for free, but I bought these because I finally beat these up. They do make 2, just so you guys know. They make 2 versions. They say Enduro and Moto. The only difference is this is the Moto. You see how thin that is? And that's the Enduro. The Enduro is just much thicker plastic. So I went with the Enduro because they're going to hold up better to me crashing. Pretty excited about that. Also, guys, another massive shout out to SXS, Seahorn Extreme Slide Plates. My kid Ewan is running their handguards, so this will be a great test, guys, to see which ones hold up. Ewan crashes a lot also. I have to say, I think I like their bracket. I don't know if I like it better. I don't know. It's really sweet. It's modular, which makes it easier for them to make. It's also CNC'd out of billet. That one I believe is cast. So anyway, they're both very very nice setups. I really like that style flag with the big burly plastic, the metal here. I've had lots of crashes on this that have saved me. I've hit things. I know people that run these, smack a tree, and it's honestly kind of nice since it's not a full wrap and solid. It flexes and allows the bike to kind of glance off instead of just yanking the bars. So pretty excited about that. Yeah, I think that concludes this video. If you guys have any questions about that, hopefully that was informative, cool. Like I said, wanted to show you how to change bars. Obviously pretty simple, but one of those things that, you know, people do and they screw up because they either roll them too far forward, roll them too far back, don't get them, you know, lined up right to left. With the Mako 360, you've got to torque all these to 12 foot-pounds in the right order, kind of like crisscrossy whole thing. And then also, if your cords or cables are too short, you got to loosen the bars and slide them out one way and then out the other way. So yeah, I think that turned out good. Make sure you guys subscribe because we will be testing these this Thursday night for Thursday Night Ride. And I'm pretty excited about that because I'm excited they're going to be, I think, very, very different from the betas. A lot of it is the same, which I like. Not a whole lot of sweep. I think it's about the same amount of sweep back. But they're much lower, and this angle in here is very different. So yeah, I'm excited to try it, excited to see if it helps me get my posture even better on the bike. That'd be cool. And also, I love working on my bike dirty because I know it really drives a bunch of you guys nuts, and that just makes me happy in my heart. So yeah, love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.